all the graphics that you're gonna see on this video, it's all from AEJuice. So I'm gonna use it and abuse it a little bit way too much for this video, but at least you can see what you can get on this plugin. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today we're gonna review, actually it's more like checkout. If you are annoyed going to websites and download stuff and then import to Premiere Pro and stuff like that, and sometimes it's not what you want, well, this is a package for you. No subscription, it's for life, you buy the package and boom, as a native window on Premiere Pro, the AEJuice AI. Why I always saying AI? I want to do this video different from other YouTubers. We're gonna explain how stuff work on that plugin, because 3D effects on newspaper screens, animated markers, cartoon figure things, transition looks with textures and blend modes, all of that, it's amazing what you can do without even leaving Premiere Pro to download some shit on some website, okay? I am an editor, not an After Effects creator, so this plugin will save my butt a lot of times now. After installing the AEJuice package and you open Premiere Pro, it has a window popping up like this. If it doesn't, you just need to go to Windows, Extensions, and AEJuice Pack. Now, I don't like it floating like this. I'm gonna dock it right over here. And another thing that you're gonna need is the Essential Graphics, Windows Essential Graphics. And as you can see, I have a bit of experience using graphic from a bunch of places, but let's focus on the AEJuice, which is amazing by my experience. I wasted way too much time playing with this thing. The first thing that you have to do is click on this little man, log in, as I already did. So I have access to what I bought on the website. And the second thing is go to settings. So I have a dedicated drive to editing with Premiere Pro. So I want just download to my working drive, not to the system. Choose, have a dedicated folder just to AEJuice. It's a personal choice. There you go. Now, this is the free package. So if you create an account and you don't buy anything, you have immediately a bunch of stuff. Now you have the starter pack, which has a lot of stuff. Honestly, you have a lot of things here. By default, this is playing like this, which it depends if you like it or not, but you can put it in pause here, just put the mouse over it and reactivate the animation. You can get this thing bigger or smaller. Another pack from the free version that you need to pay attention is the sound effects. There is a lot, and I mean a lot of sound effects. Like paper, like clicks, shapes, nice, whooshes. Now, the package that I'm gonna use for this video today, it's I Want It All.
Okay, Jarvis, you know, I want it all.
In this package, you have a bunch of stuff. Animated icons for YouTubers, social media, 3D animations. I'm gonna just glide over because there is a lot of things that you can explore on this package. At least every time that I check their website, there is always a promotion for I Want It All bundle. Now that I am logged in, let's go to Portage. If you glance the mouse over, you can see the effects that you can lose hours exploring all the effects that you can use here and the time saving that you're gonna get. So I am now editing the video that you guys are seeing now, and I found a problem. It's the only thing that's bugging me. The search bar is terrible. Let me just show you what I'm on about. For example, I want to search the YouTube package. So I write down YouTube. Okay, perfect. Okay, I get in and you have a bunch of stuff. Imagine that I want to find the comments, for example. I don't remember that is on the YouTube pack, so I'm gonna write down comments. Nothing. So yeah, that's very, very annoying, but you can get in whatever package and write down like comments. And now you have this thing over here. Yes, I want to search in everything. And you can see that you have the comments from YouTube pack over here. That's annoying. Why I don't have this kind of search on the homepage. It doesn't make any sense. The search works, but it needs to work a little bit better. Another thing that I found out is that you can move the icons. So if there is some icons that you use a lot, you can move them around. Okay.
I hate you! I hate you!
Now let's see how this thing works. I'm gonna go, for example, for seamless transitions, and I want to use it. I just click on it and it will download and it pops up. Now, as you can see, there is this animation here explaining how this plugin works. What it's saying is that you can add favorites. For example, if I like some transition, I can just click on the star over here. If I go here to the free stuff, you have favorites, and it will pop up here. Another thing that I want to show you, every single time that you add something, it needs to download. If you are working in the offline area, that sometimes I do when I am traveling, and you need some of these effects, you can click on this download icon and it will download the whole package in your hard drive. And let's start with something simple. For example, 2D and 3D animations. Let's use a 3D. How this package works is pretty damn simple. Let's imagine that yours truly here, it's talking about a photo and I want to animate in this one. I like this one. When I put the mouse over it, you can see that it pops out in and out. If I slide to the left, you can see that only in is selected. So if I click and drag this into the timeline, I only will have animated in, or if I go to the right, only the out animation. I want both, so let's put it on the middle, drag into the timeline. To import it like this, if I press play on my timeline, you see that it animates in. That's very nice and dandy, so let's replace this icon with a photo. Let me go to Essential Graphics. Here it is, the placeholder. And let me go to the images, this picture over here, and place it on the placeholder here. If I go to the beginning, I think it's way too fast the way it gets in. In animation duration is of 2 seconds. Let's put it the double, 4 seconds. I don't like the bouncing. Put it at 0. You can really personalize all these animations really in detail. This clip is way too long, so I have to push it back, and the animation out will be adapted to the new location. How cool is that? It's way too big on the image. I can reduce here, it's 38%. Let's reduce it to 35. And really, you have a lot of options. You can play with all of these and adapt to your needs. A good way of showing you off that the graphics are well designed for long-term purposes is the blogger, okay? You have a bunch of animations here. You can see YouTube icons, you can see Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz. But I want to promote my TikTok. Oh yes, I am on TikTok. I have no idea what I'm doing on TikTok, but I am on TikTok. So I'm gonna go to reminders. Here is a reminder that I want to use, and as you can see is Twitter there. That means that I am only promoting Twitter with this animation because I really like the squares and all of that. Let me show you. So let's import this bad boy into the timeline. This is way too long. I just needed a little bit like so. As this guy is talking, you can see the animation gets in. There is a placeholder in a place to put my social name. Essential Graphics, changing my social name here. This is way too big, smaller like this. And as you can see, the logo is actually a placeholder. So I can put whatever logo that I want. And there is more magic than you think. I'm gonna import the logo of TikTok. And here is a PNG that I downloaded with the TikTok logo. And it is a PNG. That means that there is transparency. Let's select open. Let me place it in the placeholder and check this out. The TikTok logo is here. It's picking up the black of the logo, but I don't like it. So logo fill on off, let's put it on. I want to use my blue. Let me just copy this blue over here, okay? And now the text, I want the same blue. Boom, how cool is that? So what is cool about this packaging is that simple effects are advanced effects. Let's use here the broken glass. And as you can see, there is some distortion, some pieces that let me just show you. Here is an image of a bike. It's the point of view of the driver, and imagine that the visor is broken. So let's apply the broken glass. Okay, let's apply N. I don't need the whole thing. I just need a few seconds. Crop this guy. Selected, go to Essential Graphics. Let me just double click on it. And let's say that the in will be roughly here. Okay. Bim. If I go to the program view, you can see that this image of the GoPro is a little bit squared. So I have to scale to fill. And I want to see more the wheel of the bike. So I need this epsilon to go a little bit down. There we go. As an editor, a lot of people ask me about display photos. Now, display photos without something amazing, it makes you look like a bad editor. It's pictures, it doesn't have any movement. I'm happy to say there is wedding something. Okay, weather slides. This thing is amazing. You have a bunch of ways of displaying photos with the effects, particles, you name it. So let me just apply. Boom. Nice. So when I go to Essential Graphics, here is the placeholder to some photos, for example, this one. Now it's on scale to fill, but I can scale to fit. There you go. How cool is that? And there is some particles, all that jazz to make this thing look even better. The transitions from this packaging is very advanced. Let me show you what I'm on about. By the preview, you can see that two images displaying at the same time do intertransition. A lot of packages that I found, you just apply on the timeline and there is some motion blur hiding the transition. This one, no, you actually see that both images are displayed during the transition. And that is why it works a little bit different. And let me just select one. Okay, this one is nice. So I like this one because film getting burned. It looks really, really nice. So I'm gonna make a mistake on purpose. Now, I have this message saying that at least 2 clips must be selected before I import this. Okay, so I'm gonna select these 2 clips here. I can just double click on it and wait for the magic to happen. And you see that it did a bunch of things. That is normal. Make sure that you have the transition selected. Go to Essential Graphics and now you see that there is 2 placeholders. Let me just zoom in on the transition and you can see that it's burning frame transition 19. So let me go to the bin of AEJuice. So how many times I say AEJuice instead of AEJuice? Burning transition 19 is here. _1. So I have to put it here. And now I need placeholder _2. 19 is this one over here. And immediately you can see a problem is that the image is not filling out the frame. In my experiment, you just select the value here of 200 to 400, 400. And now the transition is seamlessness. It even works on complex editing. It makes more sense because it's a hot girl in a hot summer day and I want to transition to this clip. Okay, so I'm gonna select this too. I like this one. Double click on it. There is a bunch of clips selected, but the magic will work properly. Essential Graphics here. Let me select, this is number 1, so I have to put it here. And now the number 2. Again with the same problem. 400. So I am moving the scale, but the image quality won't be affected. It just works properly. If I play this through, it works very nicely. You can see that there is Luma and overlay burning frame transitions if you want to use it. But for those, let's use a different effect. So let's use liquid transition. For something liquid, I have here an image of my body on the pool, and then swimming underwater. Now I like this one, the 22. As you can see, is just a white matte transition like that. The way that this works is pretty damn simple. So I'm gonna align this animation with the clip under it, select both of them and push it up, advance this one all the way to here, and now I'm gonna select the top video clip and I'm gonna apply an effect called track matte key. Okay, I'm gonna apply it and I go to effects controls and I have to select which layer, which is the number 3, okay, is the video 3, and boom. Another thing that you can do is apply shadows or strokes or something like that. So I'm gonna select this puppy and let's go for drop shadow. Okay, here it is. Boom, you can see that there is some shadow here. Now for more advanced effects, like for example the newsletter or the screen, you see that you have a bunch of text, a bunch of images to apply. For this one I'm going to use the newspaper. You can actually see different 3D effects with text and stuff like that. Let's use this one. Into my timeline. This is an effect that it's very graphic intensive, so bear with me. Here is the placeholders and stuff like that. So let's go to Essential Graphics. One thing that I would like to see is there is 3 placeholders here, and I don't know which of the 3 will correspond into the image. So yeah, it will be better if you could say placeholder 02 here, so I can see in the image where I'm gonna put these. So let's put some images here. You can actually put some footage if you want, but I'm gonna put some images. For example, here in the middle, I want the landscape. Perfect. So let me just readjust. Okay, nice. Okay, let's close this. Writing down the text, Essential Graphics would be very complicated. So it would be a little bit difficult to replace all the text through this thing over here. So what I suggest is not use the Essential Graphics and use a new window in Premiere Pro called Text, and just replace the text with what you want. If you are a podcaster or a musician and you want to really recreate a video only using sound, you can. You have the podcast visualizer, but the one that I'm going to use today is audio visualizer. All of these effects adaptable to your needs that you can synchronize with music. How cool is that? Let me just show you, for example, this one. I'm going to apply this one, double click on it, and now we're going to ask me to select a music and double tap on it, and it will make its own magic. Now, of course, you can go here and change everything to your own liking. It can be overwhelming with all these packages working in very different ways to know how it works, how I'm gonna use this package. And there is a very simple way to learn how I can use these effects. For example, I'm gonna use here Light Leaks. I never use it, I just download it and I'm gonna click on it. There is 61 effects here and I have no idea how they work. But there is this small button saying tutorial, and I click on it and it just opens a playlist on YouTube on how to use some effects and stuff like that. Not enough specific. And just next to it, there is another icon that it says promo. Let's click on it and it opens this website that is the promotion page of this package. So there is the before and after and all that jazz. But if you go enough down, sometimes there is a video tutorial and sometimes there is, like this one, just a small description in how you can use it. So combine your light leaks with video using blending modes. So it's a blending mode kind of effect. So this one is good enough. Let's put it in. I wasn't expecting this. When I imported the clip, it puts automatically on screen. It's already applying the blending mode. So there you go. I was afraid that this plugin would be Daft Punk, neon, everything that you see on the ads of this plugin. And actually, it's not. You have really clean transitions. You have a lot of stuff that as an editor, it's very boring to do it by yourself. It's a time-saving tool. Now, if you are interested to buy it, check the link down below. It helps me without any cost to you. And there you go. So drop a like if you learned something, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I'm Miguel. Until next time, see ya.